Hey, what's going on YouTube? TakaTanakaGiants here with a relatively quick video, I think, for you guys. I want to thank everybody first that left a comment on my last video regarding my direction that I'm probably going to be heading into towards 2015 in terms of how I'm going to be collecting from now on. Just a lot of dissatisfaction with the big card companies and how they're treating the customers and the lack of accountability, I guess, in the products that they release. And so I read a lot of really good responses, and even Saul, BDK721, he left a video response, so more or less he kind of expressed his own opinions and what he thought. He went over a lot of the vagueness in the relic cards and patch cards, which, fittingly enough, I actually have one of those cards that came in today, so you guys will see with me as I open it up, and we'll read the back of it together. But it is a lot of vagueness. Feel free to check out the video link for his video down below. And yeah, I didn't want to depress anybody too much with the video, because I know a lot of people aren't really happy with the state of the hobby or just how things are working out with the card companies and the products they're releasing. But I did want to kind of lift everybody's moods today, so maybe perhaps in a different video I'll go over some more of the things that I'm dissatisfied with and maybe some things that I'm happy with. But for now, before I go off on some weird tangent, I'm going to start off this video with a spicy rice cracker break. Now this is brought to you by the good folks over at Old El Paso, which most of you guys might know is actually a salsa brand back in the States. But this is actually an exported item. Authentic Mexican flavor, but it's made in Japan. Pretty cool. And it's a beef taco flavor rice crackers. So rice crackers are a popular treat over here, kind of like the Japanese equivalent of potato chips. It's just rice basically and puffed up, like a kind of thing like a Rice Krispie puffs or whatever they're called, the Rice Krispie treats, but just a much larger form. And yeah, so I'm gonna get into it real quick. Old El Paso. It's actually a lunch break for me right now, so I'm pretty hungry. And fittingly enough, I have this sitting in my classroom. It smells pretty nice. This is the size of the bag. It's 40 grams. It's not a big size bag, but that's what it looks like. A little closer so you can see. I think I shouldn't see. There you go. There you go. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that most of you guys out there probably haven't had rice crackers to begin with anyways, but it's a rice cracker, and it does have that beef taco flavor taste. But I think what it is more or less like, you know, those taco seasoning packets that you can find at the supermarket, Walmart, wherever. It's kind of like that, just kind of coated on top of rice crackers. So nothing too special. I mean, it tastes nice. I like tacos. I like beef taco flavor. So can't really complain. Very nice. But anyways, I'll get into the rest of that later. Let me know what you guys think about the beef taco flavor. I'll see if I can find anything else like this from Old El Paso or any other makers. Without further ado, let's get into some vagueness, perhaps. It is what it is. Alright, so the seller shipped in a Ziploc bag, which is pretty cool. I like when sellers do that. It's actually a little bit thicker than some of the team bags that are available here in Japan. And of course, I can always use this later. So the card that I got is from 2014 Topps Museum Collection. It is a primary pieces quad of Starling Marte of 99. I just picked up for a really good deal, and you know, since I have so many museum collection cards already, I figured it would be kind of an interesting addition. But let me go ahead and just read you guys the back of this, because this is something that Saul brought up in his video regarding just the vagueness of the wording. But there's the front. Little patch. It's a little dark, I apologize. We're bringing in, I'm sure most of you guys have read this already or know what's going on, but right down there on the bottom, the relic contained in this card, hold on one sec, the relics, excuse me, contained in this card are not from any specific game, event, or season. So for me, I was reading it backwards, I apologize. But yeah, so what that means, not really sure. It doesn't even mention Starling Marte's name. It could be from a different player on the team. And according to this wording, that's totally fine. It could be a jersey that they picked up at a sporting goods shop, and that would be totally fine. Because remember, the relic is just another word for a cut piece of item, or an item piece. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's from a game or even from an event. And it specifically states on here that it is not from any specific game, event, or season. So what it's from, who knows? Spring training, special photo op, maybe a jersey session where they have the guys just put on like 50, 60 jerseys just to say that he actually put it on. Or maybe they just picked it up off a rack or a sporting goods store. Who knows? Without accountability, really, nobody really knows. One of the nice relic products that I remember back, I think Donruss or Absolute Memorabilia came out with it. It's similar to this kind of setup. You have jersey pieces and bat relics, shoes. It's actually an interesting product. But on the back, there's actually a photograph of the item that was used to make these materials, or to make the card. And I always thought that was kind of interesting to see the actual jersey that they cut up, or the base that they cut up, or the bat, or whatever it happened to be. And you don't really see that. I mean, it's a shame, really, because there's so much blank space that you figure they'd do something with it. But, you know, anything at all, really. If they don't want to print anything on here, maybe they just include like one of those QR codes or honeycomb codes or whatever you guys call them in the States. You know, right over here, you scan it with your phone, and maybe takes you to the website. You can see a picture of the jersey that they used. It would be interesting. It would add kind of an interesting element and accountability to the products that they release. But whether or not that'll happen, whether or not that's something that they want, who knows? As a collector, that's something that I want. I'm sure most of you guys want a little more transparency, a little less vagueness, and a little more accountability. But whether or not we'll get that, that's pretty much up to the card companies, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, so that's my mail day. Like I said, check out the link down below for Saul's video, BDK in 721. And let me know what you think. I'll try to make something that's a little more positive, upbeat, maybe in the next video. But for now, I'm going to enjoy the rest of these beef taco flavor rice crackers. And you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Bye-bye.